it's 4/13. And I woke up this morning being like, cool, it's 4/13, but I didn't think I was going to be like that emotional about Homestuck. It's been a year since it ended. Hussey said there weren't going to be any like new updates this 4/13, other than maybe like a status update on when the game's coming out. So I was like, yeah, there's probably not going to be like that much for me to talk about or for me to say. But then I went on Tumblr and I saw like all these posts talking about Homestuck and people being like, wow, happy birthday Homestuck, and like talking about how much they love it. And it just like really reminded me how much I actually love Homestuck. Like, I know I talk about Homestuck all the time. It shouldn't be like a surprise that I really love it. But like sometimes I forget how much I actually love Homestuck. Like, I don't just like jokingly love it. I don't just love it as like, oh, something I used to love. I still really love it. I still really, really think it is one of the best stories ever. So I just wanted to talk about, I don't know, Homestuck stuff. I mean, I guess it's not been quite a year. Like, it hasn't been a year since the Snapchat epilogue, but it's been a year since like the end of Homestuck, the true 4/13 end that I was very emotional about. And I mean, we all kind of hoped there'd be more. I mean, the Snapchat epilogue was pretty good, although also kind of sad as far as John goes. I'm not okay with how sad John was at the end of that epilogue, but I mean, we were all kind of hoping for like more of an epilogue, because I know like a lot of people weren't completely satisfied with the ending, and like it definitely left a lot of questions. And like, I guess what I'm saying is like, I don't think the ending of Homestuck was perfect, but I don't think that erases how good everything else was. Like, I don't know, I just saw a post today that kind of made me want to make this video, and it was someone recommending like, if you are in the year of 2017 considering reading Homestuck and you haven't read it yet, go read it. Because as an archival read, like reading it from beginning to end without waiting for updates, it's a really good complete story. And like, they were talking about like all these elements of why they loved it, like the fact that it was just like so expansive and that like it teaches you a language essentially. Like there's all these like in-joke things and all these like elements like syllodexes and like the quadrant shipping and like just everything about troll society, and like there's so many elements to like the Spurb game and like the troll world and just like in-jokes to the story that like as you're going along at Homestuck, you essentially learn this entire like vocabulary and all this like history about this world really naturally. Like it's never like, oh, here's like your textbook. It's like, this is just in this story. And you come out of Homestuck, like the post said it makes it feel like you had a PhD in Homestuck by the time you get to the end. And it's true, like you feel like you've studied Homestuck. Like, I can't think of any other story that like piles that much knowledge onto you in a really fun way without ever taking itself too seriously. And like, Homestuck is just like my biggest inspiration. Like, I would love to make something half as incredible and expansive and interesting and funny and fun and with character depth as Homestuck. Like, I would feel like a success if I made something a third as good as Homestuck. I probably should have had like a thread to this video before I started making it, other than I'm nostalgic about Homestuck, the 4/13 edition. And like, Andrew Hussey, inspiration. I wish I was as cool as Andrew Hussey. One of the things that's really interesting about Hussey is like most successful internet creators, I feel like have a fairly like big presence online, and like Hussey's a cryptid. Like Hussey, you see like a one photo of Hussey a year and you're like, oh man, that sure is Hussey, like eating brown bread out of a can. That's the one picture we're gonna get this year. Like, he's such a strange guy for an internet creator, but he made something so interesting. Like, he not only created like a medium of storytelling, but like an entire culture. Like, Homestuck developed a fan culture that I don't think existed before Homestuck. Like, fan culture obviously existed, but like this specific brand of like creativity and creation and like people taking the core of Homestuck and making it their own in like such incredible ways. I don't know, like Homestuck really, really did something interesting for fan culture. And it often gets kind of like sort of seriously, sort of jokingly compared to like the Odyssey of like modern internet literature. And like, I think that is kind of what it is, because I mean, the ending isn't like the most incredible tie up all the ends ever, but just like the entire thing of Homestuck is what Homestuck is. Like, Homestuck isn't so much just the story, although it is a very good story. Like, don't get me wrong, the ending might not have wrapped up every loose end, but the ending was still good. And the whole story is really good. Like, it's not just like a funny thing with a bad story, it is a good story. But it's just like sort of the complete package of Homestuck that makes Homestuck so cool. Like, every element of it. If it was this story told in a different way, or without all the alien culture weird words, or without the fan culture that developed around it, like any element was missing, it wouldn't be quite as whatever it is. It wouldn't be quite as Homestuck. So that's all I wanted to say. That is really cool and I love it, and I wanted to talk about it because I love Homestuck. It's 4/13. I'm nostalgic. So you should talk to me about Homestuck. Go into the comments and tell me what your favorite stuff about Homestuck is, what you're thinking about this 4/13, and if you haven't read Homestuck yet, go read it, go start it, go try it out, because it is a really good story and it seems really like unapproachable because it's so long and has such like a big fandom culture, but it's just a story and it's a really good story, and I think reading it from beginning to end without waiting for updates is actually a really good way of reading it, because I feel like you'll really just get the full story in one go. So you should go read it if you haven't yet, and if you have, you should go in the comments and tell me how nostalgic you're feeling this 4/13, because I am having a very nostalgic 4/13, and I'm really enjoying sort of reliving all my joy for Homestuck, because I haven't thought about Homestuck this much in a little while. So you can like this video and subscribe. I do make a lot of videos about Homestuck and other things like art and video games and my hobbies. Thanks for watching. I hope you're nostalgic with me, and happy 4/13.